everyone, hope you're doing great, excellent this day. And today I'm going to share with you my very own eggplant parmesan. First, we're going to go over the ingredients. 2 eggplants. I used 2 medium eggplants, and I cut the first one previously, then I'll cut this other one with you. I use 4 cheeses. Gouda, Parm, the sliced one, mozzarella, so half a cup, 1/4 of a cup, 1/3 of a cup of the grated Parmigiano, and this fresh Parmigiano. And that is for one part. Now, this part over here is to prepare our sauce. For our homemade sauce, we would need garlic, and I like to mash the garlic myself with a little bit of salt and pepper. 1 cup of onion, 1 cup of plum tomatoes, 1 cup of roasted red peppers, cilantro, red and yellow peppers, olive oil, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil on the pan to make my sauce. The Italian seasoning for our eggplants, and I'm gonna let that sit while we prepare our delicious homemade sauce. Salt and basil. So these are all the ingredients for our sauce right over here. My pan is warming up, so I could add all of the ingredients for my sauce. The first that I add is the garlic with a little bit of salt. Simmer. We add the onions, the red and yellow peppers. Oh, the smell is delicious. We add our tomatoes, and look how beautiful all these colors, the plum tomatoes, the onions, and all that tastes delicious. We're going to add a couple of flakes of basil. I like the natural basil, but I use that one. I add my cilantro. The cilantro is 1/4 of a cup. So there we have it. Garlic, onion, tomato, red and yellow peppers, and the best for last, the roasted red peppers, Italian roasted red peppers. And all this is cooking, simmering, and this is how we're going to make our very own sauce for our eggplant. We could add a little bit of salt. Oh, we have to put it at medium. A little bit of salt to taste, and also a little bit of pepper. Always salt and pepper to taste. So we close and we let it cook there until the tomatoes and all the vegetables are soft. Then we're going to make our homemade sauce. In the meantime, while that is happening, we are going to prepare our eggplant. You could either cut them in circles like these, or you could slice them, which is a little bit harder. Make sure the eggplant is nice and tender. And that inside, it looks like this. If it's brown inside, it's not good. So you don't want that. Put these together. We season it with Italian seasoning, just a bit. And also it's good to put a little bit of water so that they are Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Now we're going to grill these eggplants. We put them one by one. Remember, these have a little bit of Italian, just a little, because the sauce is going to be our key ingredient for the eggplant. And now, while our sauce is cooking there, our tomatoes with garlic and red pepper, peppers, yellow peppers are cooking, we continue to grill all our eggplants. Look how gorgeous they look. They are delicious. And again, I just add a little of Italian seasoning with some water, and I grill them. And after they look like this, very tender, and the lines, we proceed to put them in another. And we continue to grill all our eggplants. Look how beautiful they are, nice and tender, and with the lines of the grill. Now I'll put them in this bowl. Put this aside. And now we are ready for our sauce. Look at this deliciousness. We take this to our blender. Blend it until this sauce is delicious. We don't have to blend it too much. I like to have some of the natural. Oh, this smells delicious. The roasted pepper gives it that special taste. And then the garlic, the basil, a little bit of salt and pepper. And now we can proceed to add, in the Pyrex, I put some of marinara sauce. And we complete with all. We could make like 3 floors, I believe, of these with the amount of eggplant that I have. And we could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of eggplant. Because once they are grilled, they turn so tender. And again, these are 2 medium eggplant sauce. I'll add the Gouda cheese, sliced Gouda. I like to use the sliced Gouda, and you cover your first floor of the eggplant like this. You put some mozzarella, use the light mozzarella as well. For our second floor, we spread them around evenly so that the cheese is covered Again, we put the Gouda. So it's sauce, eggplant, Gouda, sauce, and I finish it with this delicious sauce. Now, this sauce is so delicious that I'm adding more to it to cover all the eggplant with this delicious homemade sauce. If you don't want to make it yourself, you can, and you can buy just the regular marinara or basil, tomato, whichever one you like. I add some mozzarella. I add some parm, skim parm, and I will grate my own Parmigiano Reggiano. Tutto italiano, tutto buono. Ta-da! Now we take this to the oven, and this could be ready in 25 to 30 minutes. Because remember, all this is cooked. So it's just a matter that all the eggplant takes the seasoning of the homemade sauce that's delicious, and all the 3 cheeses. 3, 4, I love cheese, so I add all the cheeses that I could find. But my secret is the Gouda cheese. And for the sauce, the roasted red tomatoes. We have our water for pasta. Put this here. And that is going to cook for 25 to 30 minutes. And here's the water for our pasta. And it's Healthy Harvest whole grain. You could use any pasta you wish. 1 clove of garlic. A little bit of olive oil. And a little bit of salt. And we're using the thin spaghetti like. So I cook it there al dente. Cover it for 5 to 7 minutes, depending on your preference. And after that, we will see how delicious this eggplant parmesan cocina con mili style. And after you drain the pasta, in this occasion, I use the whole grain Healthy Harvest skinny spaghetti. Look how delicious. And I put in my pasta bowl. Delicious. Add some the magic of my magic tutto italiano olive oil and my very own homemade sauce that we use for the eggplant. Ooh, delicious. How nice is this? Our, what's the name? Parmigiano Reggiano. And I grate some of this original Parm. And voila! Tutto italiano, tutto buono. And now we are ready to cut our delicious eggplant parm cocina con mili style, the thin spaghetti. So I take my eggplant parm with that delicious original homemade sauce, and I accompany of this wine, Castrucci. And this is my friend Mary Castrucci that lives in Milford. Her family owns this vineyard, and she also always gives me this bottle. So this dish is especially for my friend Mary Capruzzi. Tutto italiano, tutto bueno. Santa Lucia, liked this dish, please subscribe, give it like, and I'm waiting for your comments. Thank you for cooking with Millie. Cocina con Millie.